happened to, when I was growing up, I was taught this world doesn't owe you anything. You got to go out and make it on your own, kid.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to hand it to you. To me, that's the American way. Whatever happened to that?
Well, I think you said it early on that these kids come from families, they don't really know what hardship is.
That's right. And they have been spoiled rotten. But in their defense, they did not spoil themselves. And I think we have just gone through the worst generation of parenting that there ever has been.
It was so simplistic what you said, but I've never really heard that said out loud, that they didn't spoil themselves.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. They didn't do anything wrong.
I'm big on that. When you get all the fancy talk, to strip away and get to its core, get to the essence of it. They did not spoil themselves. So the question then is, how do you unspoil them? Well, I don't think you can. It has to be done on their own. They have to go through their own hardships. And as we know, or at least as we think we know, the way things are going, there is hardship to come. And when that hardship hits them square between the eyes, maybe then that will wake them up.
Will they look inward and know that it was
Anyway,
there?
I just want to say real quickly, though, but it's not to be doom and gloomy. It's just that's reality. And we'll still survive it. There will be a lot of it that will be unpleasant, but we'll get through it.
You still believe America is the greatest country?
I do, but I think we've very much fallen from our perch, and that we have the potential to be the greatest country again. But we're not just the greatest country because we say so. We got to back it up. But we still have the greatest potential, without doubt.
Well, we're a country of immigrants, and all these different immigrants did build this country. Do you see the current influx? Can you remain positive that?
That's a good one. I'm glad you brought that up. Yes, we're a nation of immigrants. However, the immigrants of the late 1800s, early 1900s, the big influx, are of a completely different mindset than the immigrants of today. Meaning that most immigrants of that earlier time really wanted to blend in and become Americans. They all wanted to speak English. They all wanted to become part of the American dream. Most of the illegal immigrants that I see, and we have a lot out here in California, they don't want to speak English. They want America to bend to them. They don't want to become part of America. They want to stay their own culture, their own society within America itself. And that, I think, is what's been so harmful. Because we're all ultimately from immigrants, unless you're a Native American.
But you never had the feeling that if America was attacked, say, from a foreign nation, that different factions would be running to the hills because they're not going to defend our flag. I get that feeling.
Right. That's right. Let me just give you an anecdotal situation. I went to get gas the other morning. So I'm there and I'm filling up, and a guy comes across on the other side of the pump, and he's got these two giant Mexican flags hanging out of his window. He got out of the car to pump his gas, and I said, "Hello, how you doing?" And he just kind of waved and looked at me. And I said, "What's the deal with the Mexican flags?" Not that I got anything against it. He says, "I'm from Mexico." I said, "Oh, but do you live here now?" "Yes." "So you're an American citizen?" "Yes." So I said, "Why aren't you flying the American flag?" And he gave me this quizzical look, like, the dog that puts his head back and forth when he's trying to understand something.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm from Mexico." And I said, "Yeah, I heard you the first time. You told me that before already." I was just wondering, you're an American now. You're American. And see, that's a different mindset. That I got nothing against Mexican Americans or any other kind of Americans. But if you want to come to America, you should want to come to America to be American.
Yeah, to be fair, the Knights of Columbus, they have their Italian flags, but it's American flag is right next to it.
Yes, that's right.
They don't fly an exclusive.
Our grandparents and our great-grandparents came over, they all learned to speak English.
Mm-hmm.
They spoke Polish and Italian and German and Hebrew and what have you in the home. But that's fine. 200 languages. You want to speak 200 different languages in the home, that's fine. But when you go out, if I go to 7-Eleven to get a bottle of water, and I can't even do commerce with the guy because I can't understand what he's saying.
Yeah, that's my fear. My fear of traveling abroad has come back to America. I never really wanted to travel because I was afraid of. I couldn't.
Now, see, the things I'm saying now. If there was a left-wing person on, they're saying, "See, you're a xenophobe. You don't want." I say, "No, I don't care that he's Mexican. I don't care if he wants to speak Spanish, but he should be able to communicate with other Americans." What are you telling me that I should learn Spanish?
Right.
For him? No. If I go to Mexico, yeah, then I'll learn Spanish.
More and more, you're being punished for being born in this country.
Yes, exactly right, and that's one of the big problems we have. I don't want all those immigrants kicked out. That's fine if you're working hard and you're paying taxes. Great, thanks very much. But also, you got to bend a little bit too with your cooks, just like the immigrants that came before you.
Yeah.
Imagine what this country would be like if they had the same mindset then. But they said, you know what, well, we're going to go to America and make ourselves a new life, but we're going to stick to our own language. We're not going to learn English. So we go out, just imagine going out in the Lower East Side and you get 25 different languages being spoken. Do you think this country would achieve anything that it could have?
No, and imagine the immigrants today with the mindset of the immigrants from the turn of the century. This country would be cooking.
Oh, man, big time.
Yeah.
Big time. That's right. You take the reverse of what I just said.
Right.
We'd be booming. You know, the left thinks, leave them alone. They should be able to do whatever they want. They can. All right, yeah, they can.
Well, I think they
What cost?
secretly hated the winner, and the winner had always been the United States, and they're gleeful that we're being put in our place, and they're aiding and abetting people who want to put us in our place.
Yes, that's true. And there is a lot of envy.
Yeah.
You know, I've been lucky enough to have traveled all over the world, and there is a lot of envy against the United States.
Yeah, but I just find it. I was at a lefty blog and looking at some of the comments just today because they were attacking High on the World. They think that we, the conservatives, would benefit from holding other people back. I never understood that. I would like nothing more than to wake up tomorrow and have full employment, everyone happy, everyone achieving their dream. Why would the left think that the right is against that? It doesn't serve anybody.
I don't know. I mean, if anything, we could accuse them of that because what I always say is, you know, the conservatives want everybody to be rich.
Right.
Liberals want nobody to be rich.
Exactly right. And on that note, I hate to have to wrap this up. I could probably talk all night. And we will talk again.
Okay.
Because I want to do the Wall Street Journal.
Got it.
I want to make that a reality. And maybe call in from time to time and hear your thoughts on specific things that are going on in the news. Would you be open for that?
Absolutely.
All right, great. This was a pleasure.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
The Bronx thing, I feel a connection.
There you go.
When was the last time you actually resided in the Bronx?
Let's see.
And
80s.
And did your accent come close to mine? Because
It's pretty similar. It's pretty close.
No, you've lost.
I have friends in New Rochelle also.
Oh, really? Well, you've lost a lot of your accent, but you can hear it.
I do that purposely.
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough that I'm able to bring it back and forth whenever I want to. I neutralize my accent the best I can.
So if you're hanging out in a pizzeria on 238th Street, it all comes back?
Oh, sure. No problem. You can kid me over there.
All right, Ken, we'll talk again.
All right, keep the faith, brother.
You too. Thank you very much.